everybody out there in the internet world. We're live doing thing. We're still learning how to properly set all of this up. I'm going to untangle this cord under me. My name's Dry Archuleta, joined here by Robbie.
Hello.
And then over there behind the cameras, we actually have an E.
Hello.
I'm just going to go ahead and call him the producer now, because he's over in that area.
Yeah. If anything's wrong, yell at me.
Yeah. It'll be fine. Hopefully all of our levels are good and not weird. I should probably get some headphones in my ears so I can check personally without having to bother people. I will do that in just a moment. I'm actually going to text my wife and tell her to bring my headphones up.
There's a pair right next to you.
So here I have a Google phone.
Oh.
It's all wireless. It's all annoying and awful. Yeah, hi. That's all the people. We
get the show on the road.
We'll be talking about a bunch of stuff, and then once we're satisfied, I guess, with talking about all the stuff, we are going to watch E play Half-Life for the very first time.
Yeah.
And we're assuming it will work.
That's a big assumption sometimes, but, and I'll specify.
Yeah.
We are going to be playing Half-Life Source.
Yes, Half-Life Source.
I don't really know what the difference is, but there is some.
It's slightly less blurry.
Ooh.
Like, it does better with HD. Let's see here. It has ragdoll physics.
Oh,
Nice,
hey, Robbie's checking the audio right now.
I am.
Hey, good.
Which makes it weird for me to talk, but whatever.
Yeah, do we sound all echoey and whatnot?
Yeah, everybody sounds like same levels. We're good.
Good. Perfect.
As you can tell, we're still in testing phases for whoever watches this either now or at the archives.
We are professionals.
Totally.
All right, I was going to check on my phone, but I don't remember my password, so.
There we go. Also, whenever we get into the stage of Twitch to where, we're in the furry stage, we're going to be professionals. Brata! Wait, he's canceling the stream.
Please stop.
There, hey, professionals. There we go. I wish that was on the screen all the time. Actually.
Rare footage of me, actually.
Yeah, that's exactly what you look like.
Yeah.
It's just you. I'm going to lean down and fix this cord.
Okay.
But yeah, the biggest things with Half-Life Source between the regular Half-Life, it's the same game. The main difference is it has ragdoll physics, and you have a better... it does 1080p better, frame rate's better. Also, you have a better flashlight, because the flashlight was kind of hot garbage in the original game, and it's the Source flashlight in the, Source remake thing.
Yeah, it was before we knew what flashlights were like.
Yeah.
That and lighting physics were just kind of trash in 1998.
Yeah.
And we just never really learned, because once we got to Doom 3, they're like, you can have either a gun or a flashlight, not both.
And they were like, all right, we'll choose chainsaw.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. That's what most people went with. But yeah, so we are still watching the night of... I feel a little bad for our just audio-only listeners, because they're like, what'd they think of the rest? And then we just stopped.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
I mean, we made it clear we were switching to Twitch.
We did.
We did make that clear. But there's people who are probably like, well, I'm not going to Twitch. And so they just never know what we thought about the end of it.
Well, for those people, they can find our archive on YouTube.
Yeah. It's better.
Slightly less inconvenient to rewatch stuff than on Twitch.
Yeah,
yeah, that's fair.
I'm looking at our stream, and there's somebody with OCD that is going to see that picture in both of our frames and just freak the fuck out. I already know it.
There's so much like...
I mean, maybe.
You're Robbie's so much more orange.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just by skin color.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I love it.
But yeah, I guess a good example of that is I remember I posted a picture online of one day that I got bored, and I got one of those Halloween-sized bags of nerds, and then I organized it by color. And
so you were just testing out your OCD.
Yeah. And I tested out other people's OCDs because I think I had one yellow nerd in the greens, and that was half the comments that I got on that. Is I cannot stand the fact that there's one yellow nerd in the green nerds. Fix it.
Okay, yeah.
You just submit, and then all the yellow nerds are in the green nerds.
Just mixed together.
Yeah. It's you guys were right. I forgot there's only one color there.
I'm mixing all the nerds. I'm going to separate them by color, and that's when you realized you were colorblind.
There have been people that have similar things of learning that. What is it? Super Smash Bros. Has all the different colors for characters.
Do they?
Yeah,
what?
All the costumes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry. Sometimes I say color just because that's the term. But like, for some colorblind people, some of those just look the exact same.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine, yeah.
Like stuff like that was people like, oh, huh.
E, could you just go over to that mixer right behind you and just turn us all up a little bit?
Is it bugging you?
I feel like I should hear us a little more, and I'm not hearing. That's better. I hear us a little more now.
Okay.
Yeah, that feels better for me.
Also, hello in the chat.
Yes, whoever's over there.
It's Sam, I think.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
good.
Sam. I have it open right here.
Perfect, because I only have. Actually, I think I don't know what Twitch account I have associated with my phone. Actually, I'm a mess.
It's probably Ninja.
I'm Ninja.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I
Sure,
think so.
sure.
That's Discord. They look similar.
Anyways, the night of.
Yeah.
Getting us back on the podcast part, I guess.
Episode 6.
Yeah, so we're finally there. We finally made it to the court case.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
The beginning
anyway.
of the court case.
It started.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm going to say that this did extremely well is the court case is really boring, and I didn't like it. Just like real court. Like,
It's not fantastical.
right. I don't think, like, at this point it's supposed to be this big dramatic thing.
Right.
But, like, right now I'm just like, yeah, this kind of sucks. Like, and not in the way of, like, I hate this show, it sucks, but, like, this court seems awful. Like, this doesn't seem fun for anybody. Like, that kind
Like
of way.
real life court. Yeah.
Like real life court, yeah.
Which
awful.
the show it kind of prides itself on its realism on everything that it's doing, including the court, apparently.
Yeah, there's 2 episodes left, right?
Yeah.
Sam, is
So
there not video? There should be these two.
there should be 2 people. I'm seeing 2 people.
Yeah,
I
same
think
here.
this is just a Sam problem.
Okay.
Yeah, you can try restarting Twitch. Hopefully that'll help, because on our end it looks like everything's fine.
Sam, did you only open Twitch chat?
We look glowy because Dry put the webcams far away from both of us, so like the fact that they're zoomed in means that we're now blurry.
I can fix the glowy part also. Again, I'm going to lean down again. I have a button for this. If I press the right one. We're less glowy now. That's too unglowy. A little glow.
Oh, video game video. We're just talking for now.
Yeah, just normal talking for a little bit.
You
Sam.
know, we're trying to focus on this part.
Yeah. Considering it was a little bit wishy-washy last time.
It was almost a little impossible, actually, to play a super intensive game like Ultimate Chicken Horse and talk about a corrupt prison system.
But yeah, should we just start finding video clips? Should I put GTA on from someone else's live stream?
Yeah, that's what we should do.
I mean, you guys jest about that, but I'm pretty sure that there are Twitch streams just watching other Twitch streams.
Sort of.
Yeah, probably.
I know there's a big subdivision of Twitch that just watches television.
Yeah.
Which is super illegal.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to say commentary on something is not legally distinct or whatever, but that's their spin on it. But it looks like right before when YouTube got super strict about copyright.
Yeah.
Is the unfortunate bit.
Yeah.
I still think it's funny that one guy who got away with streaming an MMA fight just by holding a controller in his hand.
It was
That's
pretty
so
great.
great, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, the night of. This episode started to show us that what's his name? Nazir, yeah. Is just fallen right into the system, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which even the guy, the one who's protecting him and everything, straight up said, I'm going to make a proper convict of you yet. So it's he's doing all these things because they're telling him to do it.
Yeah.
I kind of get it, but I still feel like it's quite a fast character progression. And they're they're deconstructing his character kind of.
Yeah.
But it feels more like post-mortem. I don't feel like, oh, okay, this character was always kind of willing to do certain things. It feels like they wanted to show that where he went from the judicial or from the prison system,
Right.
and then wanted to try to justify how he got there. I don't know. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's fast.
It feels fast. And Robbie mentioned when we were watching it, you're imagine going from week to week having to watch it, but we've been weeks between episodes.
Yeah.
So it still
So,
just feels fast. It doesn't feel like the time lapse has been done well at all, honestly. And technically, I guess the way that you would test the time lapse of it is through the guy's feet, I guess. But like
the guy with
eczema,
eczema.
like
Yeah,
super
John
intense
Stone.
eczema.
Yeah, John Stone.
Like I guess that's how you would test like how much time has gone by, because like how bad his eczema gets and then how it
Well, like,
cures. But
there's like days and stuff. Like you see different people through like their day-to-day lives.
yeah, but like it literally feels like it's been like
A week.
a week, 2 max.
But it is what it is. Sometimes like
Yeah.
it's difficult to
Yeah, I
do
was gonna say.
time.
I was gonna say just trying to show the passage of time, but like without showing the actual days of what's happening, or like this is the time period that this is happening at. Like it's just showing it through interesting bouts, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like this is what happened at this point in time, and like X amount of time passed between this point and this point. And, like you don't exactly know how much time passed, but you know that time passed.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I dislike is like I want to trust Nazir, but I just kind of don't.
Yeah, because it keeps on. It's doing that point in the show where it's showing you like more distrustful things that he's done, where it's showing more ways that he's lied to his prosecutors, or just like didn't tell him about something about his
Yeah.
past, but it got brought up through the prosecution.
lying by omission.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's in the show also. His name that they gave him in prison was Sinbad because like he cut his hair and his race.
Kind of looks like a pirate now.
And so on his hands he's gotten knuckled. On one of them, Sin, and on the other one, Bad. And it's dumb.
Yeah.
But like it's fine. Like I get what they're going for. But then like he starts working out a bunch, and then he starts just doing crack. So like I'm having a hard time rooting for him, honestly.
That's kind of the point, though, too. Like, but you've always, even since the very beginning, you said you're not sure if he did it or not, and it's kind of like with the way that he's transforming and how easily he's just falling into this lifestyle. It kind of shows like what exactly, like you still don't know what happened 6 episodes into the show.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess the show's like doing its job because I don't know what to think of him, right?
Exactly.
Also, Sam says we're quiet on the TV, which you could turn up your TV, I guess. I don't know. Were we quiet when you were listening?
It seemed fine when I was listening to you guys. I only had like one headphone in, but I could probably.
It shows that our audio should be going up pretty high, actually. I don't know though. Yeah. Could you turn up channel 3 a little bit there?
But also, Sam's listening to us on a TV, so you never really know.
You never really know. I'm gonna do a thing so I can hear the audio. I'm gonna send out a text.
I don't know. It sounds fine on my end.
I don't know. Do you see us yet, Sam? No.
Have you figured out how to open the video portion? That's mean. I'm sorry.
Sam says it probably is her TV, but I don't know. If anyone else is listening, go ahead and weigh in.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get some headphones up so I can hear it myself, just so
Okay.
I can judge it properly. But yeah, I'll do that. Oh my god, your ears are so big.
You mean my ear canal?
Yeah, whatever.
No, just your ears.
Oh no, this is
That
doing
too. I
its
just
thing.
have
think
giant
did something.
ears.
Are these touch sensitive?
Oh, Apparently,
Yeah.
it unlocked my assistant whenever he tried putting it in his ear.
Yeah,
Nice.
your headphones are weird. No, we sound fine. Honestly.
Okay. Says I'll put headphones on. So yeah, just have your TV to blow up our picture, or their picture, I should say,
Yes,
a
use-
lot, and then
use
use
your
your phone for audio.
Use your 55-inch screen TV to see us zoomed in and blurry, and then use your TV speed. Oh yeah, I guess your headphones to blow up the audio.
Yeah.
Should be fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it feels like it's trying to deconstruct Nazir in a way, but it feels less like a deconstruction and more like,
Just kind of a destruction.
yeah, I don't know.
I think
Like, like you're saying, it is kind of the point of it, showing like,
how easily he's just like falling into the prison system, and
Yeah.
like how you get this idea of he's a good person at the beginning, but then the more the show goes on, you start to question more and more: is this actually a good person?
because like,
Yeah.
showing more the failure of the system is what breeds these kinds of people in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly true. Like even like I even said when we were watching it, like even if he didn't do anything, right? And he like gets off on the actual charge that he's in court for. Like, he's doing so much shit in prison
Right.
that he's gonna get caught, or he's gonna fall into the wrong crowd, and he's gonna get fucked up.
I mean, he's already fallen into the wrong crowd.
You're absolutely right. But like, he's just to survive in prison, he's kind of cemented his own fate of being perpetually in prison.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like the whole thing with the prison lifestyle of it too, like both in this show and in a sense real life, of like how it changes people and kind of molds them into something that survives in something like a prison, and then how that doesn't really work anywhere other than prison.
Yeah, it's
But
fucked up.
it is.
I think the drama on the outside of the prison stuff is not terribly interesting to me at the moment.
I mean, I still like Jon Stone's wacky adventures to get his eczema cured.
He's like super funny, but like at this point, I'm like, okay, we're almost at the end here. Let's fucking really get dramatic. Let's wrap this shit up.
He did wrap his shit up. He cured
For
his
6
eczema.
episodes, he wrapped it up actually.
And now he's going to Chinese medicine doctor.
Yeah,
who-
Dr. E.
Did we even talk about in the last episode how he just took a bunch of Viagra and walked out in public with a giant heart on?
We talked a little bit about that. But
I don't remember a fucking thing we talked about last week.
And we talked about the show a little bit, and then we talked about, like, I briefly talked about some of the other things that I watched. Me and Sam wanted to talk about Inventing Anna, but you haven't watched it yet, so we held off on that one.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to fucking watch anything this week either, so
Yeah.
Way to go, Drya.
I know I suck.
But yeah, that's honestly the most interesting thing that happened. I guess his parents are getting a bunch of odd jobs to pay for the.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it does kind of show the fact that, because his parents are not rich people. Like, they were lower middle class before all of this happened, and so, like, now they're taking on side jobs to just try to make a little bit of extra money so they can pay for the, for the lawyers for his lawyer fees, and
Not
pay for
even
the court
lawyer
case
fees,
and
like
everything.
make ends meet because they were
Yeah.
both fired from their jobs. So like,
yeah, that too.
just for the fact of like being Nazir's parents. But
Well,
Yeah, because even
his
whenever
father
the
couldn't work anyways because the.
because the taxi.
Yeah, because of taxi. So it's not even so much that he got fired as much as he can't work as a taxi anymore because of this court case.
The one thing I guess you can talk about with his father and stuff is like, how do you like get through all of that kind of like mental, I don't know, tic-tac-toe of it all? Because like, it's because of your son being accused of this murder and it being involved in the crime that you can't work anymore, but you need to work in order to afford
Yeah.
getting him out of being accused of this crime that maybe he did or didn't do. You actually don't even know. So, like, that's interesting. And it's like, it's a lot deeper than I think we're giving it credit for and more subtle than we're giving it credit for.
Yeah.
But, like,
I mean, yeah, kind of showing because I think it kind of showed that like his mom didn't really work before this,
yeah.
but now she has to, and like it kind of shows that like she has a degree and like his mother is a smart person, but she can't get a good paying job with like with the degree that she has because like she went and talked to somebody and she was just like, oh well, we don't have any positions open for like this line of work, like, but what are you willing to do?
Yeah, and she ends up being a janitor. 'cause
Right.
That's
And
all they have available.
and then her dad is Nazir's dad is basically doing like Uber Eats or Grubhub or whatever.
I wouldn't even say that. It's like
Like maybe even just
seems
a
like
delivery.
a
but-
carrier delivery kind of
Yeah.
person, yeah. But like, yeah, I think this is classic HBO style of like very little story actually happens in every episode. I think the first 2 episodes were fucking jam packed with shit happening constantly,
Yeah.
and then now it's like very subtle revolutions of characters.
Yeah. Which, one final thing I feel like talked about. We finally have another potential person that could have done it.
Oh yeah, we do. The guy who was in the hearse in the first episode, which I don't
Oh,
think
I
really-
guess too if you want to include him. I meant
Oh.
the victim's stepfather.
Oh yeah, him
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
So okay, there we go. We have 3 potential suspects, including Nazir.
yeah, that's true. Actually, I
Yeah.
guess. I didn't
But yeah,
think
the
about
guy in
that.
the hearse, like he just oozed creepy vibes for the sake of oozing creepy vibes.
And he followed them out of the gas station Nazir went to.
yeah.
Again, like that's kind of why I wasn't counting because that's not much of a
It's not. He seems like a red herring,
yeah.
fully.
But
I mean, also considering he tells the female lawyer, judges 16 is all you need to know about women, and it basically is the Samson and Delilah story. And whenever Delilah cuts off Samson's hair, and then he gets his eyes gouged out by the Romans,
Yeah.
basically saying that like all women will,
cut your hair.
well, not so much, or will betray you after you try to get their trust
Cut your hair.
and cut your hair.
That's why Nazir went bald. No one can cut his hair now.
That's true. Yeah. I'm now just thinking about like camera placements, and if we have somebody behind a camera like E the whole time, maybe cameras should be over your shoulders. So like when we look at you, it looks like we're
Looking into the camera.
I mean, you look like you're looking into the camera, roughly.
yeah, kind of actually. Hi, camera.
I'm never looking at anything.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the
Just
wall
imagine
behind
like Robbie's following a fly while he's.
And then whenever his eyes are closed, just imagine he's really imagining that fly super hard.
And not asleep at all. Also, Sam says.
you. Yeah, I've never fallen asleep during this podcast ever. Like
Uh-uh.
that's not a thing that's happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not even once actually.
No, never.
Yeah.
Sam says she's building a bookshelf at 10:30. How much her neighbor's gonna hate? A lot.
I mean, I get off work at 3. Like I get home at 3:00 in the morning, and the fact that it's been snowing here lately, like whenever I get into my building, I open up the door, which you guys know the front door that you have to get in just to get into the building is loud.
Yeah.
At 3:00 in the morning, and then like me hitting my boots against the ground trying to get the snow off of them, so I don't track it into my apartment. So 3 in the morning, you just hear.
Why are you building a bookshelf?
Why not?
Sam?
Didn't Sam talk about wanting to build a bookshelf last time?
Did she? I don't remember
That could have
anything.
been anyone. Maybe that's a completely other person.
Dry was
Maybe.
super high last week. He does not remember a single thing about the conversation we had last week.
I just had chickens on the brain last week, so
So yeah, the stepfather's motive is, I forget the term for it. It's like a gold digger specifically for old women trying to get their inheritance.
Yeah.
asshole.
Basically a sugar baby, but
Sugar.
Like,
he's
there's
looking
like
for a sugar mama.
There's
Yeah.
actually like a term for someone who like does this type of thing. Widow, not like a black widow, but a widow eater. I don't know.
not so much. No, not a house wrecker.
I don't know.
I
But
don't know
like
the term, honestly.
he tries to get inheritance from
Yeah.
older women.
Yeah.
And the mother left the victim the house, and when the stepfather was like, I should get half of everything, you know?
The thing that bothers me about this, I get they're in New York. New York is expensive. I get it. But like, $10 million is what the guy said it was.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
$10
for that
million
condo.
home for that?
Yeah,
Sounds like
in New York.
Fuck.
I mean,
She owned it alone.
Like $10 million.
Yeah.
Is a lot for any home.
It's probably middle of New York next to everything.
yeah, because it was in Manhattan.
Maybe it's awful. It just
New
seems
York's-
awful.
Yeah, New York's terrible.
I guess.
But yeah, so more motives, and the court hearings, basically what you'd expect, where it's really stacked heavily against Nazir.
Yeah, everything from the very start it was, honestly.
Yeah.
You did it, or whether he was guilty of the crime that he's being accused of or not, everything was stacked against him immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We have 2 more episodes. We will be watching 2 longer movies 2 weeks in a row, I think. We might actually put a short one in between
Yeah.
the 2 that we have planned, just because one's very, very long.
One's very long.
Yeah, so
It happens.
And would need a break. Like, it would rivals some of our double features.
yeah. Hopefully I'm not just like, fuck this movie.
I'll give you an out. We can, I can prepare a backup in case you need an out.
I'll watch it. I have
Yeah.
patience, probably.
It's Japanese, though. Can you handle it?
Oh, no, obviously, I'm fine with Japanese.
Yeah.
It's just as long as it's not French. I don't know what it is, but French everything just seems to bother me a lot,
You just don't like the French, I guess. But yeah,
I guess.
Did you mod?
that's for rent.
Did you mod anyone?
I don't think so.
Are you modded because you're signed in? No, because that's.
But yeah, what Dry is saying about like what prices are for things in New York, I looked up Manhattan condos, and there's one that's like a 1-bedroom condo that's 500 square feet. It's $2,600 a month.
Fuck me.
For 2-bedroom in the same building, it's $3,600. There's another one that's a 2-bedroom condo for $4,425 a month. Another one that's a 2-bedroom that's for $3,350 a month. A 1-bedroom for $4,000. Yeah, like it's expensive to
New
live here.
York's-
These are just rent.
New York's busted.
Are you able to mod Sam on there real quick? I don't know if you're able to through OBS or whatever, but probably. I feel like Sam should be just our moderator for everything. No? If not, it's fine. We'll figure it out. oh, hey, look, there's a window way over there on the wall.
Oh boy.
Also, for anybody who like doesn't know, our setup is we have a monitor on one side of the room over here. That's decent sized if you're sitting right in front of it. And then for everybody else, since we're doing this show now, a projector on this wall over here. And so one mouse makes it to where whoever is behind the cameras over there has to look back and forth constantly. And it's just the worst. It's just the fucking worst. That's not the right keyboard. There's also 3 separate keyboards here, which is also great. But yeah, I guess that's kind of that. That episode what, 6 was it?
Yeah, it was episode 6.
6 of 8. So 2 more episodes. We should be able to finish it in the next 2 weeks, I think.
Hopefully. I guess if we get enough time next week, we could probably finish it because we almost had enough time for 2 episodes this week, but we decided to make sure that we could set up this live stream and get everything done with that.
Which ultimately was the right choice because it took us 45 minutes to set it up because something that I did at some point was just completely fucked. I don't know.
I mean, technology, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Also, I did find something that you can get for $1 million a condo you can get for $1 million in New York is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 891 square feet for $1,250,000.
For how many square feet?
891.
Isn't that about
my
this?
apartment?
Yes.
More, right?
My townhome is slightly bigger than that.
Yeah. So
Fuck.
you got a deal. Yours isn't $1 billion trillion. Look at that.
If I had to pay $1 million for this place, I would just die.
And so, yeah, like that's why he was saying, like, this went for a couple $1 million because not only was hers multiple bedrooms and bathrooms, it had an upstairs and downstairs and, like, state-of-the-art appliances, and it was on
And
Washington
like you said,
Street.
it's like
and,
in the middle of Manhattan.
yeah, it's in the middle, like, towards downtown. Like, not in downtown, but towards downtown, which that's where it's even more expensive.
Now you're just going to get a bunch of ads out buying property
Probably.
in New York.
Probably.
I would love that preferably over what I get ads for now anyways. Like, if it's something there's zero in anything I would care about.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even attempting to try to sell me something I could use.
So that actually did happen one time. Whenever I moved from Utah back here, and I was looking for machining jobs down
right.
here.
I remember.
Yeah,
Boy, do I remember.
yeah. And despite all that, the YouTube ads I was getting wasn't like, "Hey, you're looking for a job." It was, "Hey, you want to buy this multi-million-dollar machining thing?"
Right.
So it was like brand new technology on like 7-axis machines that you would get for an industry, not like, "Hey, do you need a job?"
Well. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's that show for now.
Which,
I'm
yeah,
not
like-
hating it, honestly.
I mean, you guys still seem like you're into it. I think one
It's
of the
like cop drama stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
because there is still cop drama. There is all the stuff that's happening with Jon Stone and like how he may have his feet fixed at this point in time.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guarantee
It's gonna come back
like,
to
yeah,
life.
he'll like wake up and his whole skin's covered in eczema, and then he burns alive or something crazy.
Something awful, yeah.
And it'll be symbolism for the sins he bore.
Could you turn you up a little bit now?
Yeah, I need to.
Just because you're off to the side there, so you'll benefit channel 2. That's the one, yeah.
I can.
We'll have this down
I
one
can
day,
aim this a little
but
better,
today
too.
is not that day.
I don't think we'll ever have this down. It's all just chaos on Saturdays. I think Wednesday
Yeah.
nights, I'm nailing it. I got it.
You
figured
only
out.
got to deal with you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way easier. This is like, we need like 200 more square feet for this room to work for this.
I mean, to be fair, there's people who get paid a living wage to do what you're doing for Saturdays, but they do it every day.
If I get the job experience from doing this to do it for a living, I still won't because this is stressful.
Fair.
But yeah, the thing that I watched and Sam and chat also watched, we watched it on the same day. The
Bad Ben 7.
I'm never watching Bad Ben again. I don't think my mind can mentally handle Bad Ben again. Bad Ben again? Ben again? Anyway,
That's the sequel.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Fun
this
at Bennigan's?
point. The Batman.
The Batman.
It is called The Batman. It is a 3-hour movie that should
It's
be
3 hours?
3 hours.
Jesus.
It's too long. It should be 220.
Well, that should make you feel better for one of the longer movies an hour. It's just like, you could do that, you just have to do it one more hour.
Like, here's the thing. Hi, stuffed animals. Here's the thing.
Hey, Simba, what's up?
I didn't dislike the movie. I liked it a lot, actually. I've discussed it for like hours with Liz at this point about what I liked about it.
Poor Liz.
She watched it too.
Oh, okay.
She has different problems than me, but still problems. Her problems are like weird, like production problems.
Not enough bat needs more men.
No, like her things are like the sound is weird here. Like I don't like the editing in this part. Like she's way more of like behind the scenes. Like that stuff bothers her way more than me. Mine is just that like we could have used 30 minutes less of Batman slowly walking and staring at people. The one thing I will say, it goes straight back to Batman being a detective. Like straight up, Batman is a detective. He is solving murders.
No more Batman fights a thing for
But
3
he's
hours.
walking in slow motion and brooding while he's doing it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a detective.
He is also, so many jokes about this, but he is 100% emo.
Okay.
Where on the scale? Like Spider-Man 3 or like I don't
2
have it.
past Spider-Man 3. He
Also, Sam says it's atmospheric.
it
Sam
is atmospheric.
Sam also says too long her bladder ate her afterwards.
Yeah. It's good. It's brooding. He is super emo. He even has fucking eyeshadow that leaks off of his eyes from his makeup when he's in Batman.
Right.
But then he just doesn't wash the makeup off at any point, so he's just has tons of fucking mascara coming off his
You
face.
should just do what they did in the Watchmen series and just like spray paint.
I'm not even kidding. I don't know how much of this is on purpose, and obviously a lot of this is coming from like Watchmen mocking Batman in a lot of ways. He felt like Rorschach,
Okay.
but like
Not like conspiracy theory Rorschach.
no, but like
Okay.
just super brooding, like walking around slowly staring at things. Like he felt like that kind of Rorschach. There's
Weird.
narration from him. Nirvana plays 3 different times in the movie. Like it's
Which ones?
I forget the name of the song, but it's
Smells
one
like Teen
song.
Spirit?
No,
Okay.
it's one specific song and it plays 3 different
Oh,
times.
that's
Heart-shaped
that's
box?
almost worse.
No,
I would
couldn't
hope
even-
not heart-shaped box. Jeez, that would not be appropriate.
I can look up the song here and
Okay.
hopefully it doesn't play.
I kind
Uh,
I like in my head I really wanted it to be Smells Like Teen Spirit though, because that would be such a terrible Batman song.
I'm
I
just
mean, there
googling
could be
Nirvana
worse
Batman
ones.
song. Something in the way.
Okay. I don't think I know that one.
I
I
can't-
probably know it if I heard it, but
I don't think I can
Ah.
sing it or hum it on Twitch.
right.
You just had to wait 2 more seconds. Sam had you.
Ah, damn it. Like it works. It works for the movie. It sets a tone. He narrates with grunge music playing, constantly.
That's
it's not-
It's an interesting choice. I'm not going to say it's a bad choice, but it's interesting.
Liz is texting me saying I had weird complaints and she needs her voice heard.
Okay.
To that, Liz, I would say, and I will say this loud enough for everybody in the world to hear on the internet, maybe you should join chat.
Ooh.
She is chatting with you.
It's funny because she hates YouTube and Twitch. That's why it's funny.
She can't
Uh,
chat. She doesn't have an account.
I'll set it up for her. It's fine.
Right now?
Yeah. But yeah, like it is Batman solving a serial killer that happens to go into like an alt-right conspiracy thing, but like
Okay.
not conspiracy. It's good. It is good. It's too long. It's just straight up too long.
I need the unextended cut of that.
Me too. I
Okay.
would actually,
So it's a similar problem that you had with Deer Hunter, then.
except for I enjoyed this.
Okay.
I don't think Batman goes to a wedding either. Am I mixing up movies again?
No.
No,
That's
he-
Deer
okay.
Hunter.
Yeah, you got it right.
He might go. No. He goes to a funeral though. It's close. It's kind of like a
It's
wedding.
the opposite of a wedding.
Opposite, but like for some people, not the opposite.
Hey yo,
They,
I
like,
guess. I
They
don't.
die inside is the joke.
I hate my wife.
That's the joke. I don't though. My wife's great. She's cool.
You have a good wife.
Yeah, she's a good wife. Yeah, I like it. I am interested to. It's doing well, so I guess the
Yeah.
mass is already seeing it. But like, I haven't looked at like user reviews or anything, which I would be. I can do that now. We're
Yeah, you
live.
can.
Yeah, people on my Twitter, I like follow a lot of people who happen to watch movies. Crazy concept.
What?
I know. But like everything I've seen, people are like, Batman's good, way too long. I've seen one person like, I thought it was okay, way too long.
Like, if you, here's the best way I can actually describe it. What if 7 but PG-13?
Which
Oh, okay.
7.
Yeah, there's a
What's
movie
in the
called
box?
7.
Yeah, what's in the box?
Okay.
What if that? What if the first hour and a half of that movie was that, but PG-13.
Weird.
And then the second one, Manchurian Candidate. Like the second hour and a half Manchurian Candidate, it's like about assassination and stuff. Yeah,
I've
it's
never
fine.
seen it.
Yeah, I will never show it to you either, so don't worry.
Is that like the Lighthouse?
No, The Lighthouse. Robert Pattinson seems like he was having way more fun in The Lighthouse.
Than in Batman?
Yeah, there was famously a ton of like behind the scenes problems between him and the director. They kind of hate each other, so I would be shocked if there's actually a sequel with Pattinson in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he hated the director for Batman, or The Lighthouse.
Yeah, for Batman,
Okay.
and the director of Batman hated him.
I
They did not get along.
I did learn
Neat.
from interviews actually that he liked Scooby-Doo the live action movie. Robert Pattinson.
They both have completely different ideas of who they want Batman to go up against next to.
I like
So-
that that's related in your head.
Yeah, it is. The same thing.
It's one of because it's like a joke on the internet, like Batman was a kid 20 years ago, and because of a floating timeline, theoretically speaking, his parents could have took him to see Scooby-Doo 2002.
I'm
It's
reading
like stuff like that.
I'm reading a review here on the Rotten Tomatoes
Uh-huh.
user review. It's half a star. I'm gonna read it to you, and I just have a question for the person. Is all. Do not waste your money. Not even halfway through, I wanted to leave. Thank God I brought a blanket to go under and scroll on my phone the whole movie. That's how boring it is. I'm not even one to ever do reviews, but this movie is absolutely terrible. Why'd you bring a blanket to be under? I don't understand those
I feel like
people.
that's worse than leaving.
Yeah.
Like, you're distracting other people at that point. Like, oh, no, I was under a blanket. Yeah, so now the light's completely engulfed in your blanket.
But,
so
like-
now there's an orb in the middle of the theater.
What were they doing with that blanket?
They were just going to take a nap, probably.
don't
I mean,
like it.
hopefully that and not like cutting
and not
a...
the thing I think they want to do.
Yeah.
I will say I do, like, hear people who just are cold all the time and just bring a blanket to not be cold.
And wear jackets. Wear better clothes.
There are people who are like, jackets don't work. I need a blankie.
That's not how jackets work. That's why they're made.
Prove it. Prove
Okay.
that's why they're made. Go back in time.
Next week, I'm coming back with a thesis on jackets.
This is,
Hope-
man,
yeah,
they need to
hopefully
go to
it's-
therapy.
Hopefully it's that reason and not like, ooh, Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz is going to be in this movie. I might need to do things.
Blankets don't block sound.
No, but they block views.
Dry, quit being on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just hurting you.
This one I don't even understand. It's 5 stars and it says, I think I watched Batman. That's the whole review. I'm getting off of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to stop.
You're good. Yeah,
The
you're
user
gonna...
reviews are actually higher than the critic, though.
That's pretty common for superhero movies, I think.
Is
It
it?
counts on the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they say it's one of those things that they feel like they paid off critics, wherever there's like 100% rating, but there's like a lower rating when it comes to the audience, and then like almost vice versa when it comes from like a low critic rating but a high user rating.
I say some movies just work better to be reviewed by a critic than others.
This
like-
is definitely a critic movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
mean,
like,
I think
I
a
don't know, I'll
prime
just say Ant-Man. Like, that's a weird movie to like critically review, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I
Like-
like Ant-Man a lot.
I think it's all right. But
It's pretty
like,
funny.
Yeah.
it
Like,
is funny.
that's what I mean, though. Like, that's not really like necessary to have a critique of. Like,
Yeah, he's
it's,
a guy who
it's
gets
a superhero
Smallville.
movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I
a
don't
good
know.
example of that too would actually be The Thing, because like apparently audiences did like that movie, but critics just bombed the hell out of it. Like no critic really liked it, and so it was considered to be like a critical bomb whenever it came out. Even though there were people who liked it,
It was
but-
also a box office bomb.
yeah.
Nobody saw that fucking
Well, that's
thing.
because of the critics.
Yeah. It also came out in a week
no,
with, like,
E.T., right?
2 other movies. Yeah, E.T.
Yeah.
came out like the same week or something too. So like,
Which, yeah, usually whenever like a big movie like that comes out, like whatever movie comes out next to it is gonna bomb.
Don't rated R movies historically do much worse, anyways? Like, especially
Yes.
at the time.
yeah, Deadpool was an outlier, and that kind of changed where we're at right now with R-rated.
Yeah.
So like, say what you will about Deadpool, like hate it or not, but like it did kind of change what you're allowed to do with R-rated stuff now. So,
Kinda.
and R-rated stuff generally does make its money back. It has a way less of a budget because it's R-rated.
Yeah.
But, like it'll make its money back generally now.
Well, I remember that was a big thing for the 2000s, why there was like so many garbage tier movies that were PG-13, is because like they originally had an R rating in mind, but in order to get the budget that they wanted to get for it, they had to cut things out to make it PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which still happens a ton. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'm done with the Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I'm interested to see what happens 2-3 months down the road and see what people like actually think about it after like the hype has died down.
I bet it will be. It's a good movie, but way too long.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna just be the opinion of that movie.
Yeah.
That's been an opinion for a lot of people. Is just like when it comes to a movie, like they don't like really long movies, but if it's like a TV show, they'll still binge the hell out of it.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's in my opinion, it's just a time and a place thing. Like, before being Jiraiya, I would say there's no way in hell I would have sat for a 3-hour movie. But like, there's a time and place. Like, I have gotten to a point where I'm like, yeah, maybe that movie could have been a little longer to help tell the story. But I think in general, people just feel like they need it to be. Because I don't think really anyone complained about the length of Endgame.
No one complained
No.
about the length of that, nor did
That
they
was 3
complain.
hours.
Weirdly enough, they think also that like Justice League, because they had the 4-hour cut of it, it became a better movie because of it too. But
It did technically.
It's better, but people still say it's not a great movie.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I mean, it's 4 hours, so like fuck that again. But like, it's one of those movies that needed to be that long to introduce everything it was introducing and all the people it was introducing and kind of let everything breathe like it needed to.
I feel like,
But make 2 movies.
yeah, I was gonna say like just split it at that point.
Yeah, like
if
it
that's
needed
an
to be
issue.
split, honestly.
so they need to Kill Bill it then.
Absolutely, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the issue with that is it would be split of, all right, here's the first movie, here's every character. Wait for the climax later. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Like that would suck.
Yeah,
Like
that
if
would.
you went to see Justice League and you just watched 2 hours of every character being introduced, you'd probably be very pissed.
Yeah, you're right. Because none of the action happens in that till the like last hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then it's all action.
But enough about movies. I'm going next because I said so.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay,
have,
Mr. Producer Man behind the camera.
yeah, I have the final say now. I have been on a journey through Breaking Bad.
You have.
I don't know. I kind of said that last week, but again, last week was kind of enigma. I'm almost done with season 2 now, and man, this show is going places. Jesus,
Yeah.
I've been texting Jiraiya when I have thoughts.
Yeah.
I think he's usually asleep when I text him, but
It's just like early in the morning. Like, who's up at 8 in the morning watching Breaking Bad?
yeah, me, because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wake up and use my elliptical, and that's when I watched Breaking Bad.
That's just. There's so many episodes that's not how I want to start that day.
Listen, sometimes you need to pick me down in the morning.
Yeah, I guess, man.
I don't know, like that's my thing. I can't like sit down and watch Breaking Bad. I did it once where I just watched some random episode on my couch before I made dinner. That's the most I ever did.
Wow. I'm
Um,
impressed, actually.
I know, it was crazy. Let me pull up my random morning text to try.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even see it until like 2 in the afternoon today. But it's been really hilarious because he'll just like send me a message randomly. I'm like, what is he talking about? And I have to like look up the thing. I'm like, oh, right, that was fucking nuts. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think about where the show goes and I'm like, oh, this is nothing about where this is like baby stuff compared to how this show goes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because the show just always goes up.
All right. Yeah, here we go. Breaking Bad's so messed up. I just got to the turtle scene.
Oh yeah.
Jiraiya, are you saying that for normal reasons or because they killed the turtle?
Yeah.
I said they beheaded a guy and blew up like 5 more. But yeah, also the poor turtle.
Yeah. I was sure
Yeah.
he was just going to be like, man, the turtle's dead.
No, like that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Like that was like, oh shit. There is so much actual repercussions to what's going on now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, obviously the characters were in like life or death situations, but it still felt like a show. That was like, oh, this is just fucked up.
Mm-hmm. That's also one of the things of why people like this show so much is because the decisions that the people make in the show always go forward. There's never like a reset of like they did this thing, but it's fine now. It's like every decision they make matters now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
every decision they make has a wave to it. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna come back to haunt them in one way or another.
And then this morning, here's the text I sent Jiraiya. Ooh, Saul's a son of a bitch. I love him already.
Saul is
Oh, God.
so good.
I
I
can't-
love Saul.
like the first 5 minutes of Saul, I was like, this is the guy that gave an entire spin-off series, and I was like, oh, this guy's such a fucking asshole. I love
He's
him.
so
Yeah.
good. He's so good. I love
Yeah,
Saul so much.
it kind of
Yeah.
it does do that with Saul. It's like you just kind of see him like, oh, okay, like whatever. And like the more time you spend with Saul, like the better it gets.
It's so
Yeah.
great because like, especially just how like they kept adding to him. Like you start in like, oh, I get it. He's like a sleazy lawyer, okay, and then like, oh, he's clearly been around the bush. Like he knows how to negotiate a deal.
Yeah.
Then it's, oh shit, he knows what he's doing when
Yeah.
he fucking pulls up to the school.
It's so
So,
good.
like,
Saul
oh,
is so good, man.
Yeah,
I love Saul.
but
He might be my favorite character, actually.
we'll see. I don't know if I have a favorite character yet,
Okay.
which is a weird thing to say when I'm almost done with season 2, probably. But yeah, it's incredible in a lot of ways.
One thing. Go ahead.
Standout stuff. I love what they're doing with Hank, and like, you know, he's like, oh, I have the bravado and everything, and it's like, no, he's fucked up from what he's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He killed a dude and watched a fucking mine either kill or super hurt multiple people
Yeah.
Yeah.
after seeing a beheaded man's head on a fucking turtle.
Which like because he did have like such a bravado to him at the very beginning. Like on season 1, he was very much like that, like 10 feet tall and bulletproof kind of
Yeah.
personality. And then like as it goes on, he just becomes like more and more broken of everything that he sees.
Yeah, well, like, because, like, you get after the shootout with Tuco,
Yeah.
and, like, he's on top of the world. Like, everyone's like, yeah, Hank, let's fucking go. And then, like, once he's alone, you just see him, like, I was like, is he having a heart attack? Oh, my God. Like, he's fucking stressed out.
It kind of goes along with like that weird Japanese proverb of the 3 masks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
I have a vague idea, like, the mask you wear at home, the
The mask you
with
wear,
your friends,
yeah,
the mask.
the mask you wear in public, the masks that you wear whenever you're around the closest people to you, and then the mask that nobody sees. And the mask that nobody sees is your truest self. And whenever he's by
Yeah.
himself and is finally quiet, and he has a time to absorb everything that's around him, that's when he kind of lets out his true self of being a broken person after seeing all this.
Yeah.
Took on a different meaning when COVID hit, though.
The mask you wear at public is just a mask now.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
actually masks. Sam also says in chat, it's hard to have a favorite character in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, she laughed around Ben around the bush.
That's I'm mixing two.
Ben around the block.
Ran around the block and beating the bush is
I don't beat around the bush.
beat around the bush. Yeah, I mixed
Different things.
I mixed those two
Yeah.
sayings in my head.
Yeah.
Just don't
I
beat
do
around
that
the
a
block.
lot. It's fine. It's like, you know, we open this can of worms and now we have to lie in it. It's some expressions just work really well if you combine them together.
Which also gross. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to lay in a can on a can of worms.
Well, don't open it then.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the point.
I should have learned my lesson.
But yeah, like it was great. Like, cause even just like right after he kills Tuco and they give him the fucking resin covered grills.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, see, my arm goes there, and then it's like way
Oh,
higher. in that
yeah. You're
shot.
looking.
So now, if I just have like a puppet of E, then whenever E talks, my hand will do like stuff. So, yeah, they give me this dinosaur.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's like insane, like where like he was such bravado getting these fucking grills, and it's like disturbing. Like there, even Hank is like, "Oh, guys, that is fucked up."
That's fucked up even for you guys.
Yeah, and then like him like slowly breaking to the point where like, because that episode starts where some people, I think they were crossing the border. You don't cross the border to New Mexico, do you?
I mean, there's a border, but you don't have to cross it.
Yeah. Some people are going in a river and like one hits their toe on something and it's like the block with the grill, and I was like, oh shit, is Hank gonna die? And then like, no, he just tossed it, but that was like crazy. And like just seeing him slowly deteriorate as he's put in these more and more stressful systems is just kind of insane.
Yeah.
And I love it. And like, again, it's one of those things, I know exactly why every character is doing what they do, but goddamn, I want to stop them so bad.
Yes.
Especially like,
that's
yeah,
the show.
It is very much watching a train wreck and being able to do nothing about it.
yeah, especially like in regards to Walt, like he is so far gone already. Like I know what.
There's something I don't know if it's a spoiler if I tell them the timeline of the show. Is that a spoiler?
I would say so.
Probably a little bit.
Okay, I won't say like.
Yeah, I'll
okay.
get there eventually. You
Yeah,
know,
Yeah.
you will.
I have however many episodes in this season. Then I'm gonna break and probably watch Kid Cosmic or that zombie show you were talking about.
That one's gonna be hard for you to watch because they're all like an hour and 20 minutes ish. Some are 45, some are like an hour and some.
I'll just split them up somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah. Shoot. What was I? Yeah. Walt. Like, it's insane how far he's already gone. Cause like I'm almost done with second season. And he's attempted to gaslight his wife, lie to a doctor and multiple law enforcement. He has attempted to rape his wife at one point.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's
Forgot
so
about that.
much. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember that scene.
it's like quick, and I think it's one of those where like people would try to say it's not rape, even though it's clearly rape. It's
It's also one of those small scenes that start to like create a divide between characters.
But yeah, and like it's super. I was so fucking pissed when like Walt was so like, oh my god, I can't believe my wife is keeping secrets.
Yeah.
Like when she gives him the same exact treatment, and he clearly doesn't understand what she's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sam says New Mexico's a state. I'm aware it's a state. I was just trying to remember if it is connected to Mexico. I think there's a state separating it and Mexico, though.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas.
But thank you for letting me know that it is a state as well. Oh man.
I'm glad
No,
you're
whenever
enjoying
you
it.
whenever you said crossing the border it made me think of a different scene, which I probably shouldn't say because
No.
it's just,
No, the reason I said that is because like it's them on a like kind of makeshift boat going up the river, and they get off and they have like a bunch of supplies. It just seemed like that was it probably was the intention, but
Yeah.
like that's what it seemed like.
Also, actually shot in Mexico.
Yeah, that's cool.
one thing that I found out thanks to my sister is like the house that Walt lives in that show is a real house,
Yeah.
but the family that lives in that house now just has a fence around it that says no pictures.
Yeah, that
people
would
were
fucking
like
suck.
going and tossing pizzas onto the roof and shit.
Well, spoilers, I didn't know that they tossed a pizza, even though that's the most iconic scene from that show. That got me
It's
to
actually a really iconic scene.
I can't wait to get there so I know what the fuck's going on, but like
Yeah,
Yeah.
in context
Yeah.
it makes it better.
But yeah, I am super vibing with Breaking Bad still. I'm
Good.
curious if I'll lose steam or not, but it's hard to say at this point.
I think you get to the end of season 2 and be like, man, that's insane. I need like a mental break, and you'll take your break. You'll watch Kid Cosmo, and I think that you'll be Kid Cosmic, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think you'll be like, I really should watch Breaking Bad. Like I think you'll want to go back to it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing that's going to be interesting, because I'll just say this now, after the ending of season 3, I saw the ending of season 3, and then I didn't watch the show for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Awful. I couldn't have fucking done that. Couldn't have
You
done
say that.
I had
to-
no other fucking choice, man.
I had like to deal with so much shit that you're like I couldn't fucking deal with it in regards to television. You would have hated being in fucking cartoon fan before everything was just put immediately on streaming services.
Absolutely, I would have hated
Like
it.
you'd been like, oh man, I can't wait till we get this new episode, and it's like, Spriggly Bigot plays baseball.
Spiggly Bigot.
Spiggly Bigot. Maybe not
Yeah, you
Bigot.
never
Maybe
watched
that was
Spiggly
not the,
Bigot?
the sound I should have went for. Spiggly Biggly.
Spiggly the Bigot.
That's an adult. Hey, Adult Swim, if you want another fucking cartoon, I got your back.
Yeah. We have paint. We can do that. We'll make a cartoon.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that's about the quality
There-
of some of those.
There is actually a cartoon. I wouldn't be surprised if it was made in paint.
Oh, good.
Because it's called 12-Ounce Mouse. I think it
Oh,
generally might
yeah. I
have been
remember
made
that
in
one.
paint.
Yeah.
But yeah, Breaking Bad, neato.
Yeah.
Cool. You watched anything you want to talk about, Robbie?
Not so much watched. I did start playing Martha is Dead.
Right.
For reasons I wasn't able to finish it by this week. Computer problems, I should just say.
Yeah,
It
we talked about it.
exploded.
In the
Yeah, we
regular
talked
show.
about it in the regular show. Main reason I want to talk about it now, though, is because this is very much a Sam game, and I know that Sam is in the chat. I think she would honestly enjoy this game, mostly because, like I said, taking pictures and developing photos is like a really big game mechanic in this game,
Yeah.
and it's done in a way that works really well. Like, it's realistic. But the game actually lets you know that, like, hey, this is how you would do this on an actual camera, but for actual time's sake, we shortened it and, like, made it not as complicated as it would be in real life. So you kind of just do, like, more or less, like, kind of more, I guess, the more fun parts of it, if you will.
Okay.
But that is a game that had quite a lot of controversy to it because of the whole, face cutting thing that we talked about. We talked about censorship in video
We
games.
talked
and
about
blah,
that
blah,
for a
blah.
long time.
We did,
actually.
and I will say they did put a very detailed disclaimer at the beginning of that game.
Hey, E.
Ah.
Here's something we didn't check, and I'm very annoyed by it right now. Can you check to see if those audio sources are set to mono? I don't know.
Because maybe not.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, and I'm guessing they're not. So that might bother me.
Just a little bit.
Okay, half this stream is real annoying. The rest, though, we're good to go.
Just imagine it's not. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, man, Sam, I wish you would have told us about that part.
I don't know if Sam noticed.
Oh, man.
I'm guessing
Sam, did you
some of
notice
them
this
are in
vague thing
stereo.
that Jiraya's been hinting at?
I'm guessing some are in mono and some are in stereo,
But
but not all of them or the other.
I think they were both just in stereo, and I think we're on different audio channels.
I don't know
Oh.
about that. I think it defaults
I
to
mean-
every audio channel, but
Well, yeah, it's the thing is because like I heard all three of us in one earphone whenever I checked on my
Right,
earphones.
because when you have one earphone, it defaults to mono.
No, he had both in.
Well, I also had one in and you had the other one, and I could still hear all of us.
Let's hope it's fine.
It's at least bearable.
Yeah.
Until we find an actual problem, it's fine.
Sam says she doesn't know the difference.
That's fine. I'll figure out in the archive.
Yeah.
We all will.
I won't.
You won't.
All right,
Yeah.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah, Martha is dead. The famed Martha Stewart. Who'd have thunketh? Well, no, because like I will say like they did it because of the controversy, but I feel like they did it before the controversy because even in Town of Light, they had a pretty detailed description of saying like, hey, this is a game for adults. If you are underage, do not play this game. It deals with very mature subject matters that need to be dealt with in a mature manner. And it does say that with this one. It straight up says, if you do not want to deal with like adult or mature adult situations, do not play this game.
Yeah.
And it says like, it deals with both like mutilation and self-harm and like adult situations, like all these different things. And because like there's that controversy that happened because of the demo of it, so pretty much talk about stuff that happens probably in the demo. I never played the demo, so I couldn't say, but
It was
I'm sure-
basically just a face thing.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm guessing it's basically just like chapter 1 of 12
Yeah.
that it
something
showed
like that, yeah.
with that. But yeah, because how the game pretty much starts out is you're this girl named Julia, and you're really into photography, which is why photography is such a big thing in the game. And she talks about how her father made these special timers for her camera so she could take photos without actually having to be around the cameras. And so she would just like set up all these cameras in the woods to to hopefully capture something in the woods, like whether it's an animal or something happened in the lake or whatever else. And she's checking her cameras, and she looks out into the lake, and she sees a body floating out there. And so, in a panic, she goes and she runs down to go see what's going on, and kind of just strips down to her underwear basically, so she can go and
Right.
get this body. And when she finds the body, it's her twin sister Martha that's in the water. And so she grabs Martha and drags her to the shore and realizes that it's far too late for her to do anything to like save her, and is kind of just sitting next to the body in a stupor of like not knowing what to do.
So
and-
she cuts off her face.
No. We're not there yet. What she does is she has a locket around her neck that says Martha on it, and like one thing is Julia and Martha are twin sisters, and so when she takes the locket and like puts it around her neck, her parents come down and see her and her dead sister next to her, and they think that Martha is Julia and Julia is Martha, and so they're mistaking her for her sister, and because she's in such a stupor about it, she doesn't correct them, and she feels like when she finally gets to the point that she could tell them like, hey, like this isn't what actually happened, she feels like it's too late and she has to pretend to be Martha. The problem is Martha's is deaf, and so she has to act like she can't hear anything that's happening around her. And so
This is
people
a weird setup.
Yeah.
it there's some strange things that happen in this game, but it's actually like it's really well done, if you ask me.
Also, Sam is asking. That's probably why it's not on PS4. It is on PS. It's going to be on PS4 later. It's going to be a heavily edited version.
Yeah, because
it's going to be a toothbrush instead, and you're just kind of like cleaning.
From what I understand, the scenes are going to be there, but they're going to cut away in a way.
Yeah, I'm guessing they'll find some way to censor them, like whether it's I don't think they'll do what they did with like Manhunt 2, but they'll find a way to censor it.
Yeah.
And because PlayStation made a big hullabaloo about it. Worst case scenario, I have it on my Steam account. Like, we'll find a way for you to play it on PC if need be.
Just not on Twitch.
Yeah, just not on Twitch.
We'll never get away with that, I don't think.
Maybe
there's probably people playing on
yeah,
I don't
people
know
have
what.
People are probably already.
I mean, yeah,
playing.
there's a guy that I'm following. He's already played it on Twitch.
Okay, there you go. We can play whatever we want then.
Yeah, like there are people who've played games with like gore and nudity and stuff like that. They are like getting heavier about censoring that on Twitch, but it's still a thing to where like people have gotten away with it and it's just not a big deal as long as it's not that's not the main subject matter of the game. Like as long as it's not like a pornographic game.
Truthfully, Twitch does care much more about nudity than graphic, violent video games.
You know what? Something that I was thinking about. It's going to be really annoying to play Alan Wake on the stream.
Why?
There's a lot of copyrighted music in that game.
Yeah.
It
just turn off
starts
the
and
music.
ends every chapter and there's music on radios everywhere. There's a streamer mode, but it seems fucking lame.
Well, okay. I'll figure out how to go in the thing, and I'll change the music manually myself.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
And then I'll just make it random songs that
Just all Kevin
I know.
McLeod songs.
Not even that. It'll be the randomest songs ever. Like it's gonna be like a Japanese anime opening between Act 1 and 2. Then between 3 and 4, it's the Etta and Eddie theme song.
It's perfect.
But yeah, like that's how it more or less starts out, and because she accidentally took the place of her sister without like meaning to, she feels like this sense of guilt about it, which is why there's that dream sequence to where she's running in the forest and finds the dead body of her sister. And we thought it was a razor blade at first. It's not a razor blade. It's actually the locket that she took off of her sister's corpse.
Weirder.
That she uses to like cut off her face and put it on her.
Well,
So, like,
metaphors.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically a giant metaphor of she stole her sister's life and she's wearing it as her own now.
Yeah.
But like she even wakes up saying like, "Oh God, that was a horrible dream," and like,
Yeah. That was in the demo.
but there's that, and then I'm guessing like it's not as much in the demo, but yeah, there is like you go around with your camera and you're taking pictures of certain things, and some of them are for the storyline mode, and some of it you can just take whatever pictures you want to, and like it does go into like using different lenses and using different kinds of film and using different kind of filters and blah 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 of like things that would be accurate in 1944 for a camera with all
Sam
those different
says
things.
we might not have sound. Can you double check, Sam?
How do we might not have sound?
She just says, also, did you mean to turn off sound then? Like, I don't know if that's in context to something we were talking about with Alan Wake, but the way she said it makes it sound like we just lost audio.
Yeah, it does kind of sound that way, Sam.
But anyways, that's why I say it's a Sam game, because of the photo mode and actually taking photos being like a main part of the game. And also like you can develop photos in there, so it's like that old school method of like taking the film, putting it on that thing, and then using
Give me
like the
one of those
chemical
things.
paper and
One of your earbuds. Give me one of those.
The
Keep
left
going.
but yeah, I can't hear myself on here, but okay, now I can hear myself. There's like the whole thing of developing the photos and like having to use like the light exposure on the paper, and then going through like the different bats in order to expose the photo and everything like that. And so like you actually go through like what you'd have to do kind of for photo development. And it's honestly fun. Like it's one of those things that seems like it'd be weird and kind of arbitrary to do in the game, but it's actually like a really good game element, because like Town of Light, was very much a walking simulator with a good story behind it. This one actually has some really good. This one has a good storyline, and it also has like some really good gameplay mechanics to it. Oh, another thing I almost forgot. There's also this story at like the very beginning of the game, wherever like you're a little girl still, and your nanny is reading you a story about the Lady in White, and it's a story which pretty much makes me feel like there's an Italian version of La Llorona.
I mean, probably. I honestly wouldn't doubt it.
Because the story of the Lady in White, as they tell through that game, is this woman who was with this, with the guy that she loved and blah, blah, blah. And then she cheated on him one day, and he found out about it. and after finding out about it, he got into like a murderous rage and killed her. And when the town folks found about it, they hung him. And then like she basically haunts the lake at night and drags any young women that happen to be at the lake at night into the lake.
Yeah, sounds.
And so
similar.
it's it is similar. It's not like the same thing as La Llorona, but it's similar to it. But it's also one of the gameplay elements of this game is the lady in white in that story
Yeah.
towards it.
But I think we should get to Half-Life.
Yeah, we can get to Half-Life.